Have you ever thought about whether begging someone to stay in your life would really make you happy or help you get the love and respect you deserve? The answer is a resounding no. Beseeching someone to stay in your life is not only useless, it's also harmful. Remember that you should never let someone be your priority while letting yourself be their choice. Treat yourself with love and respect. Don't expect others to do the same. In this video, we'll look at 10 ways to love and be loved naturally without forcing it. These ideas come from Stoic philosophy, an old but powerful and relevant philosophy that tells us to never beg for anyone's love or attention. You will learn how to keep your confidence up. Are you aware of your worth? Learn how to let love come to you easily and honestly. Come with me on a journey to find the freedom of love, where you won't have to beg for anything and everything will come to you easily and meaningfully. Before we start, I want to challenge you to watch the whole video and not miss a single lesson. Each of the 10 lessons we share has important lessons that can change the way you live and see the world. Lesson 7 will give you a whole new way to think about love and self-esteem that you can't miss. Write the 4 words in a comment. Sharing your thoughts with us is a way for you to join a group of people who are learning and growing according to the Stoic philosophy. Thanks for watching, and let's begin this journey together. Number 1. Respect for yourself in partnerships. Self-respect is the basis for everything you do and choose. Respecting yourself means not only sticking to your own values, but also learning about and using Stoic philosophy to handle situations in relationships in a confident and smart way. This helps you stay confident and avoid falling into the trap of seeking love from others. A healthy relationship needs a balance between giving and receiving love and care. Stoic philosophy stresses how important it is to keep this balance. When you respect yourself, you also demand and maintain respect from the other person, which makes for a happy and long-lasting relationship. It's important to know how important self-esteem and self-respect are. Being in a bad relationship where you don't get enough respect hurts your self-esteem and stops your personal and spiritual growth. To protect yourself, you should be brave enough to end these kinds of relationships. Also, a deep connection and the basic values of a healthy and happy relationship are what make a relationship important and last. Look for partners who can help you be patient and wise. We can all learn from problems and get better by facing them. Let things happen on their own, and you will get everything you deserve. Don't beg for love. Self-respect is an important part of any good relationship. It means being aware of and respecting your own wants, values and limits, and also expecting others to do the same. How you treat yourself and how you let other people treat you are both affected by your self-respect. Having self-respect helps you find a balance between giving and getting love, support and respect in a relationship. Knowing how much you're worth. Know that you are valuable and important in and of yourself. It means recognizing your strengths and flaws and accepting yourself just the way you are. It also means knowing that you deserve to be treated with kindness and respect. How to set limits. Protect your mental and physical health by setting clear limits in your interactions. Setting boundaries helps others know what kind of behavior is okay and not okay, so your needs are met without being stepped on. How to communicate. Well, be open and honest about your feelings, wants and thoughts. Active listening and bold speaking are important parts of good communication, which helps build relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. Keeping your independence. Keep your sense of being unique and independent. Sharing and settling are part of being in a relationship, but it's important to keep up your own hobbies, interests and friendships so you don't lose who you are. Calling for respect. Make sure you are treated with respect and honor. If someone consistently puts you down or treats you badly, you need to deal with their behavior and, if necessary, think about ending the friendship. Respect and support for each other are important for healthy interactions. In relationships, having self-respect means putting value on yourself and making sure that your interactions are based on respect, understanding, and care for each other. You can make and keep healthy, fulfilling relationships by knowing your worth, setting limits, speaking clearly, staying independent, and demanding respect. Number 2. Why love at first look isn't true. Have you ever been transported to a beautiful story where two strangers meet and instantly feel like they've known each other for years? Or have you ever met someone special and felt like you were struck by lightning? Many people want and think that this idea, which is romanticized in books and movies, is a sign of true love. However, Stoic philosophy and reality show that this is not true. Fictional stories about love at first sight often show two people who click right away. But in real life, things don't work out that way. In reality, true love takes time to grow. Both sides need to understand and commit to each other. Like being struck by lightning, feelings can sometimes come from physical love or short-lived feelings called infant infatuation. When people are in love, they often feel happy, jealous, and protective, but this isn't a good base for a long-term relationship. True love is like a plant that needs to be cared for every day. For it to grow and thrive, both people must be patient, understand, and commit to the relationship. Stoic ideas and values love should grow at its own pace, without pushing or hurrying it along. Have patience and trust the natural process. True love comes from loving yourself. When you care for and love yourself, you can give and accept love from others with all your heart. The ties we keep up have a big impact on our quality of life. Remember that love at first sight is just a romantic fantasy. The key to a long-lasting relationship is to understand commitment and grow love naturally, as the Stoics say. You'll find real love and happiness if you take care of yourself, wait, and let love grow at its own pace. Tell us what you think about Stoicism and love at first sight in the comments below. Let's spread the word about true love and how to build lasting relationships. For hundreds of years, love at first sight has been a popular theme in books, movies, and pop culture. It talks about the strong romantic desire you feel the moment you see someone. Modern psychology and relationship studies, on the other hand, question this idea. They say that what most people think of as love at first sight may be more about physical attraction and idealization than a real, deep link. Understanding the mental and emotional processes at play in this situation can help people handle their emotions and relationships better. Real love versus physical attraction. First impressions of someone are often based on how they look and what they seem to be like. This instant connection can be very strong, but it's not the same as deep emotional love that grows over time. It's common to feel an instant spark when you see someone, but that doesn't mean you know anything about their personality, values, or compatibility. Things that affect the mind. Knowing someone well, following social rules, and our natural desire to see the best in people we don't know can all lead to the feeling of love at first sight. People often project their wants and ideas onto someone they find attractive. This can make them feel instantly connected, even if it's not true. What dopamine does: when we see someone we find beautiful, our brains release dopamine, a chemical that makes us feel good. This can make us mistake our feelings of pleasure and excitement for love. The rush of dopamine during the first meeting can make it seem magical and fated, but it's just a chemical reaction and not a sign of true love. Why time is important. It takes time for true love to grow because it requires deep understanding, mutual respect, and shared experiences. Instant love doesn't always have this much depth. Relationships that last a long time usually involve getting to know each other's flaws, strengths, and habits, which makes the bond stronger. A healthy lack of faith. Having a good dose of skepticism about the idea of love at first sight can keep you from getting too emotionally invested too soon and possibly breaking your heart. For example, realizing that you need to get to know someone before you can be attracted to them can help you build stronger, longer-lasting connections. Love at first sight is a great plot device, but it's important to know the difference between instant desire and real, long-lasting love. People can approach relationships with more clarity and truth if they understand the psychological and emotional processes at play. This can lead to healthier and more fulfilling connections. Number 3, learning from rejection and embracing self-worth. When we're looking for love and happiness, we sometimes have to deal with rejection, which can be very painful. But from a Stoic philosophical point of view, each rejection is not only a chance to learn, but also a chance to prove our own worth. By not looking for love, but instead letting things happen naturally, we learn to respect ourselves and not depend on other people's approval. As an example, Maria was a young woman who spent many years trying to make her boyfriend happy and love her more. However, the relationship only made Maria tired, robbed her of her joy, and slowly lowered her self-esteem. She lived in fear and anxiety that if she couldn't meet her boyfriend's needs, he would leave her. One day, after a painful rejection when her efforts to do her best for him went unnoticed, Maria decided to stop and think about her own worth before God. She realized that true love doesn't come from begging or forcing, but from sincerity and mutual respect. Maria started to work on herself by doing things she enjoyed and learning to love herself. She found peace and happiness inside herself and no longer relied on other people's approval. Maria's story shows us that rejection can be a turning point that leads us to learn to value ourselves more. Rejection is not a sign of failure. It's a chance to find freedom and happiness in our own way. That's how we learn to love and respect ourselves, which is something God always wants for everyone. By learning from rejection and confirming our own worth, we not only find true love, but also build a strong, independent soul that isn't easily shaken by criticism or rejection from others. Rejection is a normal part of life, but it can have a big effect on your sense of self-worth. For personal and professional growth, it's important to learn how to deal with failure politely and keep your sense of self-worth. People can become more resilient and have a better view of themselves if they realize that rejection is often not a sign of personal weakness, but a normal part of the path to success. Know what rejection is and how it works. Rejection doesn't mean you're not worth anything. It's important to remember that disappointment is something that everyone goes through. Rejection in a job application, a romantic interest, or a social situation is usually due to things you can't change, and it doesn't say anything about your worth or skills. Learn from what you've done. Every failure is a chance to learn something. Look at the issue to find ways to make it better. Giving and receiving constructive comments can help you learn more about your strengths and areas where you might need to improve. If you take this proactive attitude, rejection can become a stepping stone to future success. Keep things in perspective. Keep things in perspective. One refusal doesn't take away from your past successes or your chances of future ones. It's important to keep in mind what you've done well and the good things people have said about you in other areas. In this way, you can keep a fair view of your skills and worth. Self-compassion is important. Take care of yourself. It's normal to feel let down after being turned down, but it's important to be kind to yourself. Don't say bad things to yourself. Instead, focus on your strengths and past wins. Self-compassion makes you stronger and helps you get back on your feet faster after a loss. Set up a system of help. Surround yourself with people who will help you. When you are rejected, friends, family, teachers and peers can offer support and a different point of view. A strong support system helps you remember that you are valued and respected, which boosts your self-worth and gets you through tough times. Number 4, not becoming too idealistic. Have you ever thought about why love can hurt us sometimes? Picking a life partner is an art that requires both knowledge and care. Stoic philosophy tells us that you can't force real love, and that not idealizing your partner is key to keeping your relationship happy and lasting. When we have unrealistic expectations of our partners, we see them in a skewed and unrealistic way. This can lead to disappointment and pain when those expectations aren't met. To avoid this, we should focus on understanding and accepting our partner as they really are, with all their strengths and weaknesses. Imagine if you imagined your partner as perfect, always paying attention and never making mistakes. When reality doesn't match our expectations, we'd be disappointed. Instead, we should accept that our partner is human and can make mistakes. This will help us build a more realistic and lasting relationship. The Bible tells us that real love is patient and kind, not jealous or cocky. These teachings remind us of how important it is to respect and understand each other in relationships. We shouldn't see our partner through the lens of idealization, but with compassion and forgiveness. Truly loving someone means accepting and loving their flaws as well as their good qualities. This makes for a real, deep, and long-lasting relationship that helps both people grow and improve. If we keep learning and applying these principles, we can build relationships based on mutual respect, understanding, and growth. When we stop idealizing our partners and accept them for who they are, love will become more natural and last longer. Remember that love is not something that can be forced, but a journey of acceptance and mutual development, and it's on this journey that we find true joy and peace. Idealization is the process of giving someone, something, or an idea too many overwhelmingly good traits. It can make a positive picture, but it often twists reality and makes people expect too much. To avoid idealization, you have to see and accept people's flaws, which leads to a more balanced and accurate view of things. By embracing the complexity of real life, this method leads to better relationships, decision-making, and personal growth. Take note of and admit your flaws. Know that everything and everyone has flaws. To keep your goals realistic, you need to be able to accept that things aren't perfect. This understanding helps us value the real qualities of people and events. Use your critical thinking skills. Think about what you think and look at things clearly. Don't jump to conclusions based on little knowledge. It's best to get a full idea by encouraging different points of view. Control what people expect. Make goals for yourself and others that you can actually reach. Know that you can't achieve ideal, and that trying to do so can make you unhappy. To keep your perspective grounded, find a balance between hope and realism. Become more self-aware. Think about your tendency to idealize and try to figure out why you do it. Try to feel better about yourself and accept yourself more. Mindfulness helps you stay in the moment and involved with the real world. Encourage talk to everyone. Encourage talks that are open and honest. Deal with disagreements and mistakes straight on. Instead of idealized views, base your relationships on equal respect and understanding. People can have better relationships, make better choices, and live a more fulfilling and balanced life if they don't try to be perfect. Number 5. Stoic ideas about reciprocity. For mutual support to happen, we must return the kindness we receive through fair and generous actions. This shows that we are all connected and that our actions should add to the collective prosperity of the community. This idea applies to personal relationships, especially romantic ones. Being thankful and acknowledging of what we get from our partners makes the bond stronger so that we can live together. Think of it as a dance of giving and receiving, where each step is perfect and creates a rhythm of mutual respect and appreciation in the world of love. Being kind to others teaches us a lot. Do not ask for love. True and deep love should be an exchange, and both souls should respect each other. Knowing your own worth and keeping it is very important. Think about the story of Linda and David. Linda always thought that she had to put David's needs before her own in order to earn his love. David's feelings stayed unclear, leaving Linda feeling unworthy and tired. One day, Linda came across the teachings of reciprocity, which stress self-respect and naturalness in relationships. Inspired, she decided to focus on herself, take care of her own health, and value her worth. Over time, this change in Linda's perspective transformed her relationship with David. She stopped begging for his love and instead did things that helped each other, appreciating and valuing his efforts while still maintaining her dignity. Their relationship became stronger based on mutual respect and genuine connection. The Bible often talks about love as a gift from God that doesn't depend on anything in return. It's a loving, patient, merciful, and selfless love. By trusting in God's love and wisdom, we can find peace in letting love flow naturally, without forcing or desperation. In conclusion, the principle of reciprocity tells us that love should be an exchange of respect for each other's worth. By following this principle, we not only build healthier relationships, but we also align with the principle of unconditional love from the divine. Know your worth, be honest, and let love flow. Naturally, this is the art of love that doesn't force you to do anything. We appreciate you watching the whole video and hope that the information and ideas you've learned have given you new ideas about life and relationships. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it so that more people can learn from this great Stoic philosophy. Now let's move on to the next very important topic: how Stoic philosophy can help us make smart decisions and build lasting relationships. Don't miss the next useful piece of information. Keep reading. Stoicism is an old Greek philosophy that was started by Zeno of Citium. It stresses the importance of building self-control and strength as a way to deal with negative emotions. The idea of living in line with nature and reason is at the heart of Stoic ethics. One of the most important ideas in Stoic philosophy is the idea of sharing, which means that people should share their benefits and duties with each other. Based on fairness and care for each other, this idea promotes a balanced and peaceful relationship with others. In Stoicism, this is how you define reciprocity. In Stoicism, reciprocity means that good deeds and rewards are shared between people. It is based on the idea that everyone should do what's right and fair, and that everyone should help others and society as a whole. This is what justice does. In Stoicism, justice is one of the most important virtues, and it is closely linked to exchange. Stoics believe that people uphold the natural order and work for the general good by being just and treating others fairly. This means doing what you're supposed to do and respecting other people's rights. Mutual gain and working together. In Stoicism, reciprocity stresses working together and helping each other. Stoics say that you should help others and be helped in return. This builds community and a sense of how everything is linked. This two-way relationship makes social ties stronger and improves the health of everyone. Reciprocity and growing as a person. Having relationships that work both ways helps you grow as a person and build virtues. People learn to balance their own wants with those of others, develop empathy, and improve their moral character by practicing reciprocity. It helps you get better by having you practice giving and getting. Usage in real life. Stoics live by the principle of reciprocity every day, by being thankful, helping others, and looking for fair exchanges in their relationships. This can be seen in small acts of kindness, working together, and making sure that relationships are fair in both personal and business settings. According to Stoic ideas, reciprocity helps make society fair and peaceful. Stoicism is based on the idea of reciprocity, which encourages fairness, mutual gain, and personal growth. People can build stronger, more fair relationships and help the greater good by knowing and practicing reciprocity. This is in line with the Stoic pursuit of virtue and rational living. Number 6. Choosing a life partner. For a relationship to last and be happy, there needs to be a balance between reason and feeling. To find the perfect life partner, we need to know what their core values and virtues are. A good life partner will not only be there for us when things go well, but they will also be ready to face life's hurdles and problems with us. Let's look at the story of Silas and Gina. Silas met Gina at a church event. Instead of being attracted to her looks or temporarily, Silas chose to take the time to get to know Gina better. He began by talking to her and doing charity work with her to learn more about her core values and qualities. As they got to know each other, Silas saw that Gina was kind, patient, and had a strong faith in God. These are all traits that Silas had always valued and looked for in a life partner. Silas didn't make a decision right away because he remembered the Stoic teachings that happiness doesn't come from outside sources, but from inner harmony and peace of mind. After going through a lot of hard times together, Silas and Gina always turned to their love, their faith in God, and the ideas of Stoic philosophy to help them get through it. This made their relationship last longer and be stronger, proving that Stoic philosophy is right when it comes to picking a life partner. God taught us that true love is not possessiveness or force, but giving and sharing without conditions. Because Silas was patient, his love for Gina grew naturally without being forced. They built a relationship on mutual respect, gratitude, faith in God, and the principles of Stoic philosophy when choosing a life partner. Let's remember that we don't have to beg for love. Instead, we should be wise and let things happen naturally. Love shouldn't be something we're after or trying to get, but two kindred spirits meeting and growing together. One of the most important choices a person will ever make is who they will marry. This choice affects not only your own happiness, but also how your family works in the future, your job choices, and your overall happiness with life. Careful thought, self-awareness, and knowledge of the traits that make for a healthy and satisfying relationship are all parts of the process. The goal of this lesson is to bring up the most important things to think about when picking a life partner, so that the choice is made with care and understanding, sharing values and getting along. Importance. For a relationship to last, both people must share the same values, views, and life goals. Take a look at, talk about things like religion, politics, living choices, and family planning to make sure you're on the same page. Help with emotions and mental health. Importance. Having a partner who is there for you makes you mentally healthier and more able to handle the difficulties of life. Things to think about. Look for someone who can understand, care, and offer comfort during hard times, talking to each other and solving problems. Why it's important. Good communication is what makes a bond strong. Things to think about. Make sure you and your partner can talk about problems freely, listen to each other, and settle disagreements in a healthy and constructive way. Have faith and respect. Why it's important. Trust and respect are necessary for a safe and polite relationship. Things to think about. Find out if your partner is reliable, respects your limits, and cares about what you have to say. Activities and interests they share. Importance. Doing things and having hobbies that you both share makes the bond between partners stronger. Things to think about. List the skills, interests and activities that you both enjoy and can do together. Choose a life partner is a big choice that needs to be thought through carefully. People can make smart decisions that lead to happy, long-lasting relationships by focusing on things like compatibility, mental support, communication, trust, respect, and shared interests. Number 7. Getting stronger emotionally in relationships. Stoic thought says that we should accept that we can't control some things, and love is one of them. When we're in a relationship, we're bound to face problems. But how we deal with and get past these problems determines how long the relationship lasts. For example, a young couple who just got married may face many problems as they start their new life together, such as balancing their finances and dealing with personal conflicts. Instead of letting these problems destroy their relationship, they use the ideas of Stoicism to strengthen their emotional strength. They learn to accept the things they can't change and work on making the things they can change better. Patience, thanks, and understanding each other make them strong. Beliefs in God can also help people become emotionally strong. For example, when things are hard, they may find comfort and direction in their faith in God. They can stay calm and steady if they believe in divine providence and the greater meaning of life. The Bible says that God is trustworthy and won't let you be pushed beyond what you can handle. This belief gives them comfort and helps them get through all problems with trust and patience. Many studies have shown that people who are good at dealing with small stresses are also better at handling big ones. This means that resilience is useful not only in everyday life, but also in important or rare problems. Stoic philosophy tells us that we can build strong emotional resilience by accepting what we can't change and working on making ourselves better. This will help our love relationships grow naturally and sustainably. What problems have you faced in love, and how did you solve them? Please share your stories and experiences in the comments section below. When it comes to relationships, emotional resilience means being able to deal with and adjust to emotional problems and stresses in a relationship. It means keeping a feeling of balance, connection, and understanding, even when things go wrong or things get hard. Building emotional strength can make relationships stronger, lead to greater connections, and promote long-term happiness and stability. How to understand. Emotional strength. Emotional resilience means being able to bounce back from losses and keep a positive attitude. It requires controlling your emotions, knowing yourself, and being able to understand how your partner feels. Communication that works. To build trust and understanding, people must talk to each other in an open and honest way. Actively listen, confirm each other's thoughts, and be clear about what you need. Getting better at empathy and compassion. To have empathy, you have to understand and share your partner's feelings. Being compassionate means being kind and helpful, especially when things are hard. Managing conflict in a positive way. Approach conflicts with an attitude that wants to solve problems instead of fight them. Take a break, say "I" words, and keep your attention on the problem instead of the person. Putting self-care and support for each other first. Taking care of your mental and physical health makes it easier for you to help your partner. Support and encourage each other in your self-care routines, and make time for things that bring you closer together. It takes time and work to make relationships more emotionally strong, but it can lead to deeper and longer-lasting bonds. Couples can better handle the ups and downs of life together if they follow these rules. Number 8. Maintaining independence within a partnership. Sharing your life with someone doesn't mean doing everything together. The best way to keep a relationship going is to always be yourself and give each other room. To keep love from becoming a burden or a dependency, it's important for both people in a partnership to keep their independence. Stoic philosophy says that everyone should be independent, even when they are in a relationship. Being independent not only helps people keep their own identity, but it also makes relationships healthy and last. God also says that each person is a unique being made in His image with their own goals and duties. Jesus also said that love is not possession, but sharing and mutual respect. This means that when we love someone, we should respect their personal space and time, just as God does with each person. Freedom. When you stay independent in a relationship, you not only keep your freedom, but you also help your partner feel free and respected. This lets both of you grow as individuals and as a couple without being too dependent on each other. Independence in a relationship gives you time to reflect, develop, and enjoy personal activities that bring newness and excitement to your time together. This means that we should accept and respect ourselves as well as our partners. This means that we shouldn't try to control or force the other person to change to meet our own needs. Instead, we should create an environment where both feel free and respected, where love can grow naturally without any limits. True love isn't about having something, it's about valuing and caring for each other's freedom. Leave a comment on building personal independence as a basis for a healthy and long-lasting relationship where love doesn't have to be forced but grows and blooms on its own. Finding a balance between individual freedom and shared tasks is key to staying independent in a partnership. It's about helping yourself grow while also building a healthy, helpful friendship. This balance is very important for keeping a relationship alive and fulfilling so that both people feel appreciated and able to take care of themselves. Know and respect what each person needs. Take a moment to understand and value your partner's need for personal space, hobbies, and time alone. Action. Be honest with each other about what freedom means to you, and look for ways to support each other's uniqueness. Set healthy boundaries. To avoid becoming too dependent on the other person or having too much personal space invaded, make it clear what is and isn't okay in the relationship. Action. Talk about and change the limits as needed on a regular basis, making sure that both partners feel safe and respected. Help people grow as people support each other's plans and goals when you're not with each other. Action. Recognize and celebrate each person's accomplishments and urge them to pursue their own interests and hobbies. Effective conversation. To find a balance between independence and togetherness, conversation must be open, honest, and respectful. Action. Learn to actively listen, be clear about your thoughts and feelings, and find good ways to settle disagreements, having the same interests and goals. Key idea: keep your own identity, but find things you have in common and goals you both want to reach to make the relationship stronger. Action: do things you both enjoy and work toward goals you both want to reach. This will help you find a good mix between independence and partnership. Number 9. Practicing gratitude in love. Being thankful is not only a good thing to do, but it's also a good thing to do when you're in love. Being thankful helps us remember what made us fall in love in the first place, which helps us value and keep those great values. Gratitude is not just an emotion, but needs to be expressed through actions. Studies have shown that expressing gratitude helps couples recall their initial feelings and the reasons that made them decide to commit to life sacrifice and mutual care are the foundation for maintaining a lasting relationship. Looking at the reality of life everywhere, we see that even in families without any conflicts, things are still peaceful and harmonious. But somehow, couples who were once deeply in love gradually become distant, without realizing it in the past. They were inseparable, missing each other after just one day apart, longing to see each other, and then they sought each other out to satisfy that longing. Now there are plenty of reasons: coming home late from work, being busy taking care of children, being too tired, enjoying staying up late alone to watch movies, going online and doing things they like. Many worries in work and social relationships keep them tied up. Taking up all the time meant for their loved ones tired. They lie down and fall asleep immediately. There's no energy left for romance like in their youth when they first fell in love, or even in the first few years of marriage, so fresh love cannot be sustained solely on romantic emotions. Youth and beauty will fade over time. Thankfulness will help us remember the good things that happened in the past and keep the relationship going. For people who believe in God, gratitude is an important part of their faith, because it reminds them that love is a gift from God. Leave a comment saying, "I am thankful to God for what I have," and we will cherish and take better care of our relationship. Stoic philosophy says that gratitude in love not only keeps the relationship going, but also makes love stronger. Remember that love shouldn't be forced. Let love happen on its own, and with thanks, we'll have everything we need in the most natural way. Being thankful is a strong emotion that makes you feel better, makes relationships stronger, and gives you a positive view on life. When it comes to love, being grateful can strengthen bonds, make communication better, and lead to a more satisfying and peaceful relationship. We can build stronger, more loving relationships by actively noticing and appreciating the good things about our partners and relationships. Understanding how important it is to be thankful. Being grateful means noticing and enjoying the good things in your life and relationships. It means valuing your partner's traits, deeds, and the relationship itself when you're in love. This habit can make relationships happier and more emotionally close. Taking the time to appreciate your partner's work. Tell your partner how much you appreciate their actions, no matter how big or small they are. Thank them for their help, kindness, and hard work. This acknowledgement makes them feel valued and respected, which makes the emotional connection stronger. Putting the spotlight on good traits. Instead of focusing on your partner's flaws or areas where you disagree, think about the good things about them. Make it a habit to think about or say out loud the things you like about your partner. This change in focus can help you see the relationship in a better light, generally. Putting gratitude into practice together. Do things together that make each other grateful, like writing letters of thanks or sharing what you're thankful for at the end of each day. These activities can help you both feel grateful for each other and strengthen your relationship. Getting through hard times with thanks. When things are getting tough, remind yourself of the good things about your partner and your partnership. This point of view can help you deal with problems in a more helpful way and stay kind and understanding with each other. You can make your relationship stronger, more loving, and more supportive by incorporating thanks into your daily life and way of thinking. Number 10. Cultivating intentional communication. To communicate intentionally, you have to be aware of your words and send them with clarity, purpose, and care. Being aware of how your words affect others, constantly listening, and having conversations that help people understand and connect with each other are all parts of this. By practicing intentional conversation, people can improve their personal and professional relationships, find better ways to settle disagreements, and make the workplace a happier and more productive place to be. Careful listening. Focusing on the speaker without talking over them is a good way to practice active listening. Show that you understand by recognizing the other person's thoughts and feelings. Repeat what you hear to make sure you understand and to build trust. Being clear and precise. Make your words clear and to the point to avoid confusion. Think about your audience's level of knowledge and the situation they are in when you write your message. Do not use lingo or words that are not clear, as they can confuse the listener. Messages with a point. Before you speak, think about why you are talking and what you want to achieve. Make sure your message makes sense by giving it a clear beginning, middle, and end. Stress important points to make your point clear and help people remember it. Communication without words. If you want to send a message, pay attention to your tone of voice, facial movements, and body language. Keep eye contact to show that you are interested and sure of yourself. Use facial expressions and actions that match what you're saying to help people understand. Feedback and being able to change. Get feedback to find out how well you're communicating and where you can make changes. Be ready to change how you talk to people and open to constructive criticism. Be patient and open-minded, especially when communicating with people from different backgrounds or who are having trouble. People can have more meaningful and impactful interactions by applying these concepts. This can lead to better understanding and teamwork in all areas of life. Communicating with intention is more than just telling someone something. It's also about showing respect, understanding, and empathy. In romantic relationships, encouraging intentional communication is a key part of staying connected and understanding each other, which builds a strong base for love to grow naturally without any pressure. Stoic philosophy says that we should listen with both our ears and our hearts. Deep listening helps us understand our partner's feelings, thoughts, and wants better. This not only avoids misunderstandings, but also shows that we respect and care for them. When we truly listen, we make room for love to grow. Stoics say that people should always speak honestly and clearly, without any expectations or biases getting in the way. Honesty and communication build trust and confidence. When we talk about our thoughts and feelings honestly, we show our partners who we really are and give them a chance to respond in kind. Clarity helps avoid misunderstandings and make sure that ideas get across correctly. Communication in love isn't always easy. There will be times when you argue or fight. Be patient and tolerant. Don't act quickly, and always try to solve problems in a calm and logical way. Communication that is patient and tolerant helps us keep our inner peace and harmony in the relationship, which is important for love to grow in a healthy way. Stoic philosophy says that communication in love not only helps us avoid arguments and misunderstandings, but it also makes it possible for love to grow naturally and sincerely. If you listen carefully, speak honestly, and be patient in your communication, you will find that love doesn't need to be begged for, but will come naturally and last. We hope that talking about Stoic philosophy has given you more information about love and how to build a lasting relationship. Please leave your thoughts below in the form of a short question. How do you feel about this video? A very dissatisfied, B, not satisfied, C, not satisfied, D, satisfied, E, very satisfied. Pick one of the answers above and tell us what you think in the comments. If you liked the video, don't forget to click the like button, share it with your friends and family, and leave a comment below. This helps us know what you think and gets good messages out to more people. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos about Stoic philosophy and inspiration. If you want to know when we post a new video, just hit the notification bell. Stay tuned for more movies that will teach you more useful things about Stoicism. Thanks, and see you in the next video.